All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a place. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Yeah.
Welcome to the ASAP Wrestling Hour on the All Sports All Place Network. I am Ray Cruz. I am your host tonight. I have Nate the Great. We have William coming in here a little bit later on. Nate, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. I've had a wonderful Christmas, and things been going great over here in Washington.
Yeah, I had a good Christmas. Took 2 weeks off. Went to North Carolina with my family up there. Went to my mother's gravesite. First Christmas without my mom. So we had some family issues on my wife's side. Dealt some little bit of death here and there. So we're getting back into the swing of things here. Getting back to the new year. To prosper. Hopefully have a great new year here coming up. We're going to talk about, WWE. This is like a roundtable type forum, not really a debate show type deal. We'll go over some certain things. So, Nate, I want to get your opinion about the day one pay-per-view.
I have one thing to say and one thing only. Well, actually two. One, they should have kept the match at a triple threat. But with that being said, even though I think they should have kept that match between Big E, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens a triple threat, with the storyline that they're building up kind of last second, I think that Bobby Lashley should have had the pin instead of Big E.
Yeah, I could agree with that a little bit to a certain point, but to me, I think it was kind of, I know the COVID-19 hit and they had to use Brock Lesnar somehow. So I think it kind of prolayed that, and then I think Brock Lesnar winning it, I don't know how they're doing it unless they're going to try to unify the two world titles now.
That's what I'm thinking too.
So but if you look at overall, the pay-per-view was great. I mean, it was a substandard, but they had some good quality matches. I think that overall, I think it compared a little bit much better than some of the WWE pay-per-views. So how do you feel about the I don't know. I mean, to me, I think Brock Lesnar, coming back, hadn't had the title for a while, and now he's back world champion. And then I think they said a big announcement on Raw will be Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at.
That is why I think Bobby Lashley should have gotten the pin, because it adds more to the storyline.
Yeah, and if you look at it, also too, they've always been making this Bobby Lashley Brock Lesnar thing for a while. Now we finally will get the feud. Now we're finally going to see the two behemoths go at it. So what do you look into that match between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley?
The only thing I wish is that it's not a squash match. It's not a squash match. I want this to be. I don't want this to be quick. I just want this to be a good thought match. It's something that actually just makes sense.
Yeah. I don't want to see another Goldberg squash match, and I don't want to see him do it real quickly. I like to see a strong 15, 20, maybe 25 minutes with the two guys. I think they could do it. Be a lot of, lot of double moves, getting some rest in. But I still like to see them go a little bit longer than like 5 minute squash match. It all depends how Vince McMahon sees this and stuff like that. And then as we pick up on into this storyline, how they gonna bring Brock Lesnar back into that bloodline? Because I mean the whole pay per view was set up to be Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and the situation with Paul Heyman. So I mean, so now we have to wait till WrestleMania to probably get that. We won't see that. We could see it at Extreme Rules. If they do the Extreme Rules pay per view, we could see that tarnished. But then again, you got to move away from Bobby Lashley if they keep competing here. So how do they bring this all the way back to WrestleMania and getting Roman Reigns involved in somehow?
I can't believe I'm saying this because I don't know how else they would do it. Maybe have Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but that's the only problem with that is he's a world champion.
That's true. So he can't be put into the Rumble because he already has a title belt on him.
Right. Now, could we see maybe Roman Reigns interfering in the Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar match?
Fastlane? Yeah. I can see that too. Yeah, well, yeah, that or Fastlane. I don't see it happening in Elimination Chamber though.
Yeah, because mostly the Elimination Chamber match is usually the two champions, and they have their respective people from Raw and SmackDown. But then again, Brock Lesnar is a free agent. He doesn't belong to one show, so he can bring that world's title over to SmackDown and defend it there too. So, so how does WWE portray this? And if they portray it just right, this could bring WWE a little bit back into the limelight over AEW. So, how do you? Kind of stomp
maybe
you, huh?
Maybe Bobby Lashley tries to attempt for a hurt lock or something like that, and disqualification. I'm agreeing with you. Actually, I think disqualification is how this might go. But,
yeah. Now, how does Paul Heyman fit in all this too? Because Paul Heyman, on Raw, Heyman and Brock Lesnar got back together. So how does Paul Heyman fall into this? Is this to me, I think this could be something what happened with the Road Warriors when Paul Ellering turned on the Road Warriors. He was managing them, and all of a sudden he turned on them.
Actually, flip that.
So,
flip that. Brock Lesnar goes for the pin, counts to 2, and Roman disqualifies. Goes for disqualification.
Right. So I mean, if you look at that's a good analogy too. But do we see them interfering at Royal Rumble, or do we carry Bobby Lashley and Lesnar to another main event and then have them when it gets closer to WrestleMania to set up that WrestleMania match? And that WrestleMania match can end up being a triple threat match too.
If it doesn't happen in Royal Rumble, then I think it's going to happen in Fastlane.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I kind of like that. The way the championship and way this is now is intriguing because we had it all set up for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Now Brock Lesnar got into the a 5-way match at day one, and actually was a great match. I mean, everybody was in it. The action was just going back and forth between everybody. They had some good, the spear from Lashley to Brock Lesnar outside into the time cage area. I mean, we just had beautiful, matches and stuff like that. And the way that everything's done crushed down, and then the way Big E got pinned at the end, I kind of think I like that because the champion, the guy who held the belt, was involved in the pin in the final say so, instead of saying he come out, oh, I ain't lose the belt, he pinned somebody else. So I kind of understand that the way WWE did that. I kind of like that because now Big E doesn't have anything, but he does have a clause for a rematch. So how does Big E and all this falls in to getting his rematch?
If Roman did not get COVID, I had a feeling that Big E was going to lose this one anyways. To say, I don't know who, either to Seth, probably to Seth, and to Seth Rollins, and then Big E to reunite the New Day was going to win the Royal Rumble and then go over to WrestleMania and try to go for the Universal Championship.
Right. But I mean, if you look at these situations and stuff like that, the way I think it was a part of going hell, I think Bobby Lashley would have got the title back, and I think he would have pinned Seth Rollins instead of having Big E involved. That's where he could set up his rematch and against Bobby Lashley have a one-on-one match. But then again, everything is crystallizing up into this Royal Rumble. Anyway, I mean, if you look at all the people that are committing for this Royal Rumble, there's somebody, Johnny Knoxville, is going to be entering the Royal Rumble this year.
Really?
So yeah, that's one of the reports out there that he's going to enter in the Royal Rumble on his way up to promoting his new movie. I guess it's the Jackass reunion or something. I don't know exactly what the name of the movie was, but it's him promoting. So that's one thing WWE likes to do and stuff. So let's talk a little bit about Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch at day one. That was an excellent match. I didn't like. I wish they would have just let Liv go ahead and win the belt, and have her carry the belt to like Elimination Chamber, and then have her lose it round. But I mean, then again, if you give Liv Morgan the title, she could have a short run and then get the boot out, and she end up at AEW being a megastar over there. I mean, so how do you see Liv Morgan get another chance at Becky Lynch? Because they had two great matches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got a good chemistry going with each other. So.
Yes, because I really don't know who else would go for it. Who other I don't think Becky Lynch would try to go for Bianca. I mean, Bianca Belair would try to go for Becky Lynch again. Maybe Doudrop, but I don't see a lot of other options.
Yeah, and then you got Alexa Bliss coming back, and then I think Bayley's coming back too. If I ain't mistaken, I think Bayley's coming back also.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Royal Rumble brings back a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, Bayley's she's starting to get okay now. I mean, she's been injured for a while. I mean, I understand her predicament which she had, but then again, do we see her jumping right back in? Or do you see her winning the actual Royal Rumble for the female?
Either Bayley or Naomi, because that can bring back the whole. Maybe they use the whole Naomi winning the Royal Rumble into her going in with the into the Bloodline story.
Yeah, but how does Naomi ends her her thing with what's it? I can't think.
That's true too.
With Sonya, how did they end that feud? I mean, that's a pretty intense feud right now.
I think Royal Rumble might end that feud itself. Because it can show that Naomi can actually do it all,
right?
And without Sonya's criticism.
Now, let's talk about somebody who's been underrated right now, Ricochet. I mean, Ricochet has been in some good matches, the last few weeks with him and Cesario. Are they trying to see how that chemistry works with Cesario and
I am loving
Ricochet?
that. I am loving that. I am loving that tag team, that chemistry going on right now. I think that's something that might last for a while. I mean, maybe they can go in and go for the tag team belt. Try to at least be in the consideration for it.
Right. I mean, if you look at it, if you look at the way Cesario and Ricochet work together, and Cesario got that swing, and Ricochet, they did that swing, he come off the top rope. That was a very devastating move.
Yeah.
Holland got hurt on it. He busted his nose. He went to the bag, and Sheamus actually won the match with the bro kick the way he did it. So what do we see? I mean, forming these tag teams, and some of these tag teams are getting good here. We get a little bit more than New Day versus the Usos. Now we can see Sheamus and Holland, or Cesario and Ricochet versus the Usos.
Now, here's a hot take, actually. If they're bringing in the factions, what if they bring... No, I wouldn't see Ricochet. Never mind. If they bring back the factions, would you see the four of them being one big faction?
I mean, you could see. I mean, you got three powerhouses and you got one high flyer.
I wouldn't call it the Bar, though.
They can still call it the Bar.
Yeah, maybe.
Or you can call it, or you can make it like the Godfather. Ricochet be the Godfather and have his bodyguards.
That would be funny. But I feel like if they do that, I feel like they need to be train Ricochet on the mic, though.
I mean, he's good on the mic. I mean, he's not like CM Punk or John Cena, but I mean, he's decent. He's better than Brock Lesnar is.
That's true.
So, but I mean, if you look at what they did at day one, the kickoff show was pretty good. That was a very intense match, all the way from the get go. From that, and I think that kickoff show match set the precedence for the pay per view, and that pay per view delivered after that. I think, to me, WWE, if they get the kickoff show, it gives you good setting precedence. That transfers over to the main show. So, I mean, the kickoff show was excellent. The white noise on Ricochet, and Sheamus got the win. It's too bad with Holland. I guess he broke his nose or something, and he couldn't finish because of all the blood and stuff like that. They couldn't get it stopped. How about the Usos retaining the tag team titles over the New Day? What's your thoughts on that?
I want to see the New Day go back. Some other tag team besides the Usos get the title again. But on the flip side, I can understand why they're having the Usos keep it for this long, because because of this whole dominance storyline that's been going on between both of them, which is part of the reason why I feel like Big E might come back to Friday Night Smackdown and reunite with the New Day.
That could be a possibility too, because they were talking about that.
But I feel like something has to happen to bring him back to SmackDown, other than something big, other than, hey, he just moved over.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know how they bring New Day back unless they're going to do another draft, by May or something, right after WrestleMania again.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about Drew McIntyre? He won the match and then got hit out, got beat up outside, but it came up because he has an injury he has to get taken care of. So they wrote him off the show when he did his interview back there when Corbin attacked him. And so now that puts him out of wrestling for a little while because he's got injured. So what it's just a good thing for McIntyre. He got his injury, gives him a little bit of time off the screen. Now I can put him back into a serious contender when he comes back because he's been off the show. He's going to probably be off the. They're talking about 3 or 4 months, maybe at the most.
Maybe after he comes back, maybe he goes for the title.
I'd like to see him and Roman Reigns get at it. Something new, something fresh.
I think that didn't we see the same thing happen last year? He got moved over to Raw because he lost to the title.
Yeah. But then he came back after he came back from an injury and beat up freaking. I think he won the title over Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he won the title over Brock Lesnar, and then then his dominance happened until Randy Orton.
So I mean, the pay-per-view was good. The day one pay-per-view. Let's move in a little bit of here. Let's talk about a little bit about SmackDown here. We just talked about a little bit. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman reunited at the beginning, on Raw. Do you see Paul Heyman actually turning on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, really helping out Roman Reigns at the time? This could be a deploy. Do you see that kind of trickery?
Maybe, but I feel like it's a lot of back and forth going on.
Right. I mean, at first you felt like Paul Heyman was going to turn on Roman Reigns, get back with Brock Lesnar. Now that storyline on the SmackDown where he got beat up by Roman Reigns and about to be headed, and Brock Lesnar came out with the save, so he put him back with Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw. Now the table is everybody's thinking, is he going to turn on Brock Lesnar? Because you remember at one time Brock Lesnar turned on Paul Heyman during a match.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Beat up Paul Heyman. So now is Paul Heyman thinking about revenge? What Brock Lesnar did to him way back then? It could be revenge for him and going back to the bloodline and proving himself to the bloodline that he was loyal to him, and they got it all wrong.
I think that if they played it off a little bit differently, where instead of Paul's big famous speech about how I wasn't protecting you from Brock. I wasn't protecting Brock Lesnar for you. I was protecting you for Brock Lesnar. Because of how he said that, no. I think that if you send out the Usos to go, and if the Usos caught Paul Heyman advocating for Brock Lesnar,
yeah,
or it was recorded on tape, then yes, because they might not know the full story.
Right. To me, I think it's setting up. They don't know where they want to do with it. They don't really know how to do it. I think the COVID came up, kind of saved them from the prospect, so they can rethink what they're trying to do, how they're trying to portray this. But I do think I see Brock Lesnar getting turned on by. But then again, there's some speculation they want to bring Roman Reigns back to the good side and have Brock stay heel. So the only way they could do that is, Paul Heyman helps Brock Lesnar beat, to retain that title, or try to beat him for the SmackDown title.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot of ways you can play these cards out. Mm-hmm. If WWE can play it out just right, they got themselves in an interesting predicament that they can put themselves back up to that top tier card over AEW, get some people back. But if they misplay this hand right here under Royal Rumble, this could come crashing right back down on WWE. So how do we see WWE taking this momentum and running with it, or are we going to see WWE bury it at the least?
With all these cards going on, I feel like some are going to get a little bit more praise than others because Vince, he is getting old and all this kind of stuff. He is getting older and older, and I think that it is going to be time for a new person to step up. So I think that some storylines are going to be really done really, really well, but others are not. And once there's this new person, maybe it's Vince's granddaughter, Triple H's daughter, or somebody, then I feel like after that new ownership change, maybe we see somebody. Maybe we see some people from AEW go back to WWE, or maybe we see some people from Impact or whatever go back to WWE, and maybe you see Sting. That was a joke.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, now let's turn a little bit here. Let's talk about the women's tag team titles on Monday Night Raw. Do you think WWE should give up the women's tag team title?
Oh, yes.
What's up there, William?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
All right.
Reality is you have 2 tag teams on both brands.
Yep.
Yeah. So
either they give it up or they have the NXT tag teams as well, included into it as well.
But so, William, you just came on. Let's backtrack a little bit here. Let's talk about the Brock Lesnar situation here. With Paul Heyman coming back on Monday Night Raw, being his advocate. Do you see this playing out that Paul Heyman will turn on Brock Lesnar to help Roman Reigns out, or will this be like a Paul Hellering and the Road Warriors situation when Paul Hellering turned on the Road Warriors to bring out, when it with Doom and them back in the day? So, I mean, can we see a double cross?
I think so. I think you're gonna see a double cross from it. You gotta have a payoff at some point with this. You took the belt, and you can say what you want about Big E. I thought it was wrong that he took the pin. I thought it was wrong he lost the title. But you got to have a big payoff at this somehow. And I agree with what Chris was saying earlier. You probably have Lashley run the Rumble. Probably have Brock versus Lashley at Mania for the title. We'll see how that goes. But I just don't like it because Roman got sick with COVID. I get it. I understand it. But why does Big E have to suffer? That's my whole point.
Yeah.
Why does he have to suffer?
I think Big E got a big payout to do that.
Had to.
Yeah, I don't see it run. I think Vince McMahon gave him a big payout, gave him a bonus. Say, hey, you dropped the belt here to Brock Lesnar. We're gonna give you this money here, but you'll be back in the line for a title. He still got that. He still got the rematch clause thing. We probably won't see that coming to a party after WrestleMania, or maybe again at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
So
I just felt bad for old boy. Now he knows how Kofi Kingston's felt, even though it wasn't as bad as Kofi's, but still, bro.
But is this a plan for New Day getting back together for the three of them?
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it was Brock Lesnar who pinned both members of the New Day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Brock both times.
Yep.
Both times it was Brock.
But I mean, and then Alexa Bliss, she's coming back. She put out this weird.
It was a weird tweet.
Yeah, it says mustache, must to avenge, revenge, and destroy.
Whatever, man. You 5'0" Who you gonna get revenge against? Nobody.
The only person I see is Charlotte Flair. But they're on different brands.
I'm about tired of Charlotte, man. Look, now it's news that her and Andrade got back together. Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Man.
And then Bailey's supposed to make her return too. So
was Bailey hurt? Did she take time off?
No, she was hurt.
Okay. Okay.
She had severe knee. She had knee surgery, and now Drew McIntyre, he got beat up at the end. While he's doing his interview, but he's out the 4 months, I think, for his injury too.
Okay.
They're writing him off the show because that's why they had Corbin beat him up at the end to write him off. They thought they could do it during the match. Somehow they miscued that match, so they put him in the interview and had him tag him at the end of the interview.
Right.
To set that thing up. But if you look at me and Nate were talking about it, and I want to get your little opinion here. If WWE runs what they did at this day one pay-per-view, this could give WWE some momentum, but then it can bust them too if they don't play the right cards.
It could backfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could backfire because they're not pushing the people the fans want to see. And
I think that it's going to get them momentum up until WrestleMania, and then they're going to screw it up in WrestleMania.
Leave it to WWE to do that. Leave it to them to do that.
The question is, will Vince McMahon leave WWE before you get to WrestleMania?
Ooh.
Just like last year.
Ooh. Facts. I just think that I just think that if he look, I get Brock, but at the end of the day, he's not Brock anymore. He's not the guy who we all saw when he first got there. This big, intimidating guy just whooping everybody up. No, he's not that person. He's not that person. He's not the same dude that fought Eddie Guerrero. I don't know why Vince thinks this is going to fix the issues in terms of viewership in WWE. I don't understand that. Brock ain't that dude.
No, he's the Canadian Brock now.
Canadian. Yeah, he is a Canadian Brock. That's true. He's a kinder, gentler Brock.
Yeah, he's the Canadian way. He moved across to the Canadian, became the Canadian Brock.
Hey, buddy. Oh man, if it was Brock from back in the day, I would have no problem with this. But it's not that Brock.
Yeah. So if you look at what we see here and all this stuff, WWE
watch it anymore.
I mean, they got it set up perfectly because the day one pay-per-view wasn't bad. I mean, they had great matches in there. Some of the matches took forever, good battles between and stuff like that. They had some good matchups, but they set that card up perfectly to try to get them thinking off of Paul Heyman and turning on Brock. Now you got Paul Heyman could turn on Brock now. You got the situation you want. How do they really play this out?
With Heyman, it really would be cool to see him play double agent. It really would be because now he can screw Brock and go right back to Roman. It would be kind of cool to see him play double agent. I will say that. You can fix the biggest situation. They'll just put the tag team titles back on them. Yeah.
But then again, let's look at it a little bit here too. I had something come in my head right now. When you talk about the double agent, now he could help Roman Reigns at the beginning, and then just at the end, come back and take Roman Reigns right back out. How do we really figure this out? Or do we have Bobby Lashley injected himself into this thing too?
I think you're gonna start seeing Lashley interject himself because he's another dude that Vince is high on. He's the big, strong, powerful dude that Vince likes, and I think you'll see him start interjecting himself into some of this too.
Yeah, I mean, now when we talk about Vince McMahon might not make it to WrestleMania and stuff like that. It'd be intriguing if Khan takes over WWE, putting up against his brother, at AEW.
Ooh,
now that makes it back to Rick.
Yeah, he really makes you think now. Yeah.
Now that makes you think, brother versus brother organization.
If they do that, here's an idea that I propose. Put AEW and WWE on the same TV network and have an AEW WWE rival
You can't do
Well,
that, could you?
the only problem you got that is AEW moved to TBS.
Right. Yeah. You couldn't do that.
You
That
couldn't
would be
do
cool though.
Survivor Series?
Put them on the same hour.
Hold on, or you can have AEW is over at TBS. TNT picks up WWE.
That would be awesome, man. Oh, that would be so awesome. I'd love to see that.
I
I'd
mean,
love to see that.
I mean, hey, that would work for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
yeah.
But all this stuff that's going down is sort of kind of making me want to watch AEW more.
Yeah. Let's switch over. Let's switch over a little bit of. Let's talk about something about AEW here. You know, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Adam Cole. You know, bringing their fashion over from WWE to AEW. How do you see that going out? Do you see? You know, we see some heat between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Where do you see that going?
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, see, I can put y'all some cliffhangers here, boy.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of former WWE superstars like CM Punk or anybody that used to be that's on AEW, I feel like there's going to be a lot of references from WWE. Not like, hey, you know, they bring up characters' names, but like CM Punk did when he first came here, when he brought the whole, you know, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, I feel like there might be a lot of WWE references without.
Oh, they have been.
WWE.
I mean, Cody was the first.
Cody did it. Daniel Bryan's been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
MJF did it.
Yep.
I mean, CM Punk did it more than once.
Mm-hmm.
I like how CM Punk is on his Facebook page is talking a lot about Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
A lot of bad mouths to Roman.
Oh yeah. Somebody just brought that up. I think it was
Roman
Anthony.
Really get COVID,
I think it was Anthony. Did he really get COVID, or was this a cover story to keep him as champion? That's a good question.
I can answer that question real quick for you. It wasn't a cover up to keep him champion. He actually did.
Okay.
He actually did cover COVID. His wife and kids are in a hotel, separated from his house. He hasn't seen his kid in probably about 10, 15 days now. Okay. Because his kid has got an underlying condition that if she gets COVID, it could possibly damage her or kill her. Right. So they sent his wife and kid to an hotel to be quarantined from him. But he actually has COVID, and that's the problem we had right there. It's not a cover up. I thought at first it was a cover up, and I did some research on it. Roman Reigns lives in Pensacola, Florida, and I have a friend that works in a hotel down there, and actually looked up Roman Reigns and see if his family was there, and his family was in the hospital, was there. He was, and then has gotten his test. So they got to wait for one more test to come back. He's already got one negative test. He's got to get two negative tests, and WWE will, have him come back. But when they talk about him coming back, it might not be in ring action, because you got to understand he has that cancer. He had cancer, so they got to really, really take care of Roman Reigns too. Because if these underlying conditions, these things come up with these COVIDs and stuff like that, it could really damage a person. So if he does come back, probably the first couple of weeks he'll probably be there and won't see no action, maybe.
Right.
So, but yeah, he actually does have COVID. I mean, I understand that.
It's Roman. He normally doesn't do action unless if it's a pay-per-view.
See that? Khan wouldn't take over Shane Vance. No, Khan is next in line.
No.
Khan's next in line. Vince's don't want to give it to his kids.
Yep.
But then again, there's a rumor too that Khan is the shell company guy to give it to them, but I don't think Khan's going to release it if he gets to WWE.
If he get it, he holding it.
Yeah, because that's going to put him back on the fame and fortune.
You know what he gonna do? You know the first thing he gonna do? The first thing he gonna do is sign the Young Bucks to WWE. That's the first thing he gonna do. He gonna sign the Young Bucks. When he sign the Young Bucks, all things gonna go to hell after that.
Dude, Young Bucks ain't worth to be signed, man. They just need to get fired. I mean, what they do with AEW? I mean,
Nothing really. At the end
you know,
of the
they
day,
come in and help. They came in and helped Adam Cole out, and you know, Omega's on his way back.
Yep.
My question is, when's John Moxley coming back from his? You know,
that's the thing. Because if you bring Moxley back, that blows
high wrestling.
If you bring Moxley back, that blows everything up because you got so many contenders at that point.
Let's go.
All those contenders for one title. Moxley, if he comes back, Omega when he comes back, Danielson, Punk. There's so many people over there for that one title. I ain't never seen such. In all my years of wrestling, I've never seen such because even though you got the TNT title looks like, hey, Cody said, this is my belt. I'm gonna hold on to this. This is my belt. But you got all the.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just read that former WWE star Jake Atlas, he is coming out of retirement and he's signing with AEW.
Look at that. See, one more. I'm just saying, I've never seen a stable of talent in one organization that can legitimately vibe or contend for one title.
Yeah,
you might have maybe 5 people for each one on Raw and SmackDown, maybe 4 or 5, 3 at least. But look at all that talent in the AEW.
if you look at what you're talking about and stuff in AEW and stuff like that, and then you got the presence of Khan, and then what's going to happen over at WWE with Khan and them get together, and battle it out. This could turn into another WWE and WCW Monday Night Wars. I mean, I have a feeling if Khan gets WWE, his brother's going to put AEW on Monday night, and we're going to have another Monday Night War.
Yep. Look, I mean, if that happens, if the Monday Night Wars first Raw to go back down to 2 hours, I'll take it.
Now, the question I have here is, since they moved to TBS, are they keeping the TNT title? Or did they give it back to Cody Rhodes just to retire it? And then come up with the TBS title.
The TBS title. They'll probably retire it, come up with the TBS championship. Or maybe they just keep it on Cody and just change it to TBS.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about Christian Cage and Jurassic Express teaming up together?
That's crazy. I didn't know that happened. When did this happen? Last week? Dynamite?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Chris says TBS title for the women.
Well, shoot. Make the TBS title a men's color and you straight. Yeah, that's true though. They'll probably just keep it TNT.
Yeah, they had Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, and Lucha Brothers versus FTR, Private Party, and Matt Hardy.
Wow. That was last week. That match I didn't see.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Janique.
Do you think Jeff might go back to AEW with this release? I mean,
yes.
Not go back, but go to AEW?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you see it.
Yeah, it just wait.
Because Jeff got this thing called bills, so I think he'll go back.
I just asked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
They're bringing Jeff back, but they got to wait. Matt Hardy plays out this character he's doing right now because when Jeff reunites with Matt, they're bringing the Hardy boys back for one last run. Then they're gonna both retire together.
I'm telling y'all though, AEW better be careful because we up here talking Monday Night Wars, but we also have to look at the trends. Remember, WCW went down because the roster got so bloated and had to pay out everybody. look at AEW right now, and what AEW is doing right now, the same freaking thing. They're signing everybody under the sun, not being careful. I'm telling you, if they're not careful, they're gonna have the same fate. Khan might be better with the money, he might last longer, but he needs to stop signing everybody because not everybody over in WWE, they might not be worth AEW.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that situation too. I mean, then let's talk about Eddie Kingston, Santana, Ortiz. They battled Daniel Garcia in 2.0. Jericho came out to save, and Kingston didn't like it too much. So, is this gonna be the trail of Santana and Ortiz team going with Eddie Kingston? I mean, they've been tag team for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Can we see them side with Kingston and go and turn up against Jericho? I mean, Jericho's got to be close to retiring. And I'll tell you, the person to retire would be Eddie Kingston because he's that hardcore SOB. So I mean,
I can see that as well because no one. There's Jericho. I mean, he's been wrestling. He started WWE in late '90s, right?
Yep, late '90s.
Mm-hmm.
And that wouldn't be, and it went down that road, that wouldn't be any shame on Jericho at all. It wouldn't hurt Jericho at all. Everybody knows Kingston is that dude.
So I mean, if you look at what the tents and stuff like that, so I mean, but what are they gonna do I understand the situation with Wardlow and MGF. They sent Wardlow to conclusion with MGF here in the future because I mean he's not liking what he's doing. He's about to turn on Spears. I see that coming soon. So
I love turns. I love heel turns. I love face turns. I love turns.
So if they turn him, the crowd's getting behind them.
Yep.
Every time we see him come out, they're getting behind him. Do we see Wardlow turn on Spears and going straight for MGF, or is he going to end up helping CM Punk against MGF? Because Spears is going to try to interfere in that CM Punk MGF match. Do you see Wardlow turning on them both right then and there and helping CM Punk?
Turn on both.
Mm-hmm.
Turn on them both. Let's get something. Let's get something. The one thing about AEW that I do like, yeah, they do have some rehash storylines, but they don't mind doing things different sometimes as well. And if he turns on both of them, that'd be something new, something different that you can talk about. Won't be same old.
Yeah, and then Khan will become owner with WWE go back. They don't have Spike TV no more. Spike TV is TNT went back to TNT.
Yep.
So, yeah, you won't see him on Spike TV. You see him on TNT, maybe.
You guys see Punk winning the title at some point? Me neither.
No. Me neither. CM Punk even said he wasn't there for titles. He was there to help.
Let's talk about the younger talent.
Yeah. Now let's talk about CM Punk, Sting, and Darby Allin, all the face paint.
Man.
CM Punk come out with Sting face paint. Sting came out with CM Punk stuff, and Darby Allin come out with his own version. So
that was crazy. I like Darby Allin though.
Yeah. Yes, AEW's moved over to TBS.
Yes. You gotta get that.
I don't know why. I mean,
that either.
Unless they're gonna put him back in the bottom of the CNN building.
The bottom. He said the bottom.
That's where they were located at.
We were at the top. No, we're at the bottom.
Yeah, they were at the basement of the CNN building. I've been in a couple shows down there.
Damn.
Yeah, you take the elevator, you push the thing, it says basement. They took you straight to the basement.
Oh.
I mean, come on, man. You live in Atlanta. You live near Atlanta. You know you got that.
I do live in Atlanta. He's so right.
I mean,
oh my god.
just imagine Ric Flair going to the basement back in them days.
Bruh. You would hear the end of it. Oh, what's this rumor I'm hearing? Ric Flair going to AEW?
It ain't a rumor. He's gonna end up there.
I heard it today. I heard it today.
Yeah, he's gonna end up there. I don't know what he's gonna be doing, but you know, you can't do so much. Jake Lethal's there. Maybe we might have a repeat of Impact with Jake Lethal and Ric Flair.
You
gonna get could be in the book. That's funny. But can you imagine we get Jay Lethal, Ric Flair wooing each other like they did in Impact? Oh, classic!
Hey, come on, dude.
Classic.
That'd be you know what'd be funny if Jay Lethal did Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair does himself and do a repeat of that Son of a Plumber a bit.
Yep.
But I'm sorry, this whole AEW and bunker stuff, it reminds me of the Money in the Bank a few years with 2020, I think, when
on top of the
building.
Oh yeah.
On top of the building.
Hey, well, see that, and I just talked about it. You got Ric Flair coming over there. Ric Flair, 78 years old. Yeah, that old, but he close to it. What is he gonna do? Where's Mark Henry?
Mark Henry does his one-liner.
He does his one-liner. You got Big Show doing commentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what Ric Flair gonna do?
He's gonna sit there and he's gonna handcuff himself into the ring, take his clothes off, elbow his freaking coat, get mad at everybody.
He gonna get 6 digits for that, dude.
Oh, Ric Flair is 72 years old, by the way.
He's 72. Okay. I wasn't that far off.
He looked like he's about 90.
He does. He really does.
Vince is even older than Ric Flair.
Yeah.
This is.
But I mean, I was at the WCW event in Baltimore when Ric Flair took his clothes off, elbowed his pants, threw his shoes out in the thing, handcuffed himself to the ring.
Bruh.
Yeah. Let's see here. Do y'all think that AEW is moving because of the last few weeks their ratings have been low? No, they've been planning this for a while. They're trying to get TBS back in some kind of wrestling thing. That's why I said
trying to make it feel like a Monday Night War, but
I feel like if they do this whole Monday Night War stuff, I feel like that's going to boost both ratings.
Yeah, people are already blasting saying that Brock Lesnar, blah, 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 this and that. I mean, to me, I understand it. I get it. But do I like it? No. I mean, I like to see Big East hold the title for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, Big East, he held that title respectively. He did his thing. He's a very good person. I mean,
he's hold the belt to Mania.
Yeah.
At least to Mania.
So
hey, let me ask y'all this serious tip. Women and bleeding in these matches. What do you guys think about that? Blood and
women bleeding?
Matches. Yeah, blood in women's matches. What do you guys think about that?
Laws is coming from the head.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. Well, a lot of people got issues with it. I don't understand it. Women have hardcore matches all the time.
this is why I look at it. You know, everybody's complaining about equal opportunity for women and stuff like that. And if men can bleed, women can bleed.
Yep.
That's what I look
from
at.
the head area, I ain't got no problem with it.
I have no problem with it. Now, Dad, was that one girl that Vicky Guerrero's managing? She's not really a woman. She's a man.
Yeah, that's a whole different issue.
And then somebody got thrown out because they had a sign. To me, everybody's each is their own, but I look at it this way: if women want to bleed, long as it's from the head or up in the waist thing, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, me neither. You working?
If men can do it, women can do it.
Women can do it.
I mean, sometimes women do more powerful move than men do.
Right.
You know.
And like I said, a lot of people on Facebook had issues with it. I don't get it, man. I ain't got no problem with it.
I've seen that too. I thought it was just weird.
I would like to see Leela and Trish Stratus bleed each other out.
Yep.
Dad, can you believe this? Vince McMahon 76, Hulk Hogan 68, Ric Flair 72.
Damn.
And Hulk Hogan's walking. He's walking around on a walker.
What?
Yeah, he's got some health issues.
I didn't know he was walking around on a walker.
Yeah. And then Charlotte Flair is 35.
I'm tired of her, man.
Not saying she can't wrestle.
Not saying she can't wrestle. I ain't saying all that. I'm not saying she's not talented. I'm just tired of hearing about her.
Now, are y'all happy that Alexa Bliss is coming back now, or
she could have stayed
gone away for a while?
She could have stayed gone, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, her usefulness to me was in that new gimmick with Bray, and once once that ended, I just didn't care.
So
I liked it, but once it pretty much stopped, I just didn't care.
Yeah, Braun Strowman has got a new look now with a blonde beard.
I saw that the other day. Who gonna pick him up?
They're pairing him up with their own. And North Shore Wrestling.
Okay. He on the indie scene right now. Okay.
All right, let's talk about Umos. We haven't talked about him. And
you got a cat?
AJ.
Yes, I have a cat.
Okay. Cool.
Now let's talk about Umos and AJ Styles. Are y'all in tune to that?
I'm happy.
I am happy as well. More for AJ than Omos. I'm not really a big fan of Omos.
Me neither.
Now is Omos going to play out and then WWE cuts him?
I think he's going to play out.
I see two more rivalries happen with Omos, and I think that he's going to get cut.
What rivalries? With who?
Oh gosh. How am I forgetting his name?
Man,
well,
the other big dude over in France. He's actually Monday Night Raw right now.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, this is how it's gonna end. Umos is gonna get RKO by Randy Orton, and Vince is gonna come out there and fire him.
I can see that happening. I can actually see that happening.
Just like Triple H did with The Miz.
Look, I've said it on this show before, and I'll say it again. In my opinion, AJ, the one place AJ Styles has nowhere near being is a world tag team title situation. He's too talented not to be in the singles heavyweight scene, and I'm glad it's finally over.
Now, are you happy that he went back to a good guy?
I don't know about that, because if you,
I like him better as a good guy.
Heel. I like him better as a heel. Because my fear is you're gonna make him at some point they might put the peppermint patty cut back on him. Don't put the peppermint patty cut back on him.
Well, he could have gone with his buzz cut. He could go back to his buzz cut that
I would
he
get,
had.
yeah.
Mhm.
But keep him as heel. Don't make him. I don't understand why you made him a face. He didn't need it.
Now, what's up with Vince McMahon and Theory?
I don't get
That angle with
I
Theory,
think
you
it's
know.
going to turn more of a Theory and Finn Balor than
What
a.
is he saying, Theory, man? What do y'all see anything in him?
Well, he's already took Breeze's gimmick,
Yeah,
taking
I just don't
pictures.
see nothing in him. No, I mean,
I don't see nothing in him. He
I
wasn't that
don't- Me
good.
neither.
He wasn't that good in NXT.
mm-mm.
He's Karrion Kross was better than he was.
Yeah, and Karrion Kross got cut.
Yeah.
Which makes me mad because Scarlett had to go with him.
Just put him in the 24/7 championship.
Damn,
Who?
Theory.
Priest.
Oh, I thought you meant Theory. Okay.
Sorry. No.
I mean,
That was talking about Theory.
all right. What's up with Dana Brooks and Reginald?
First of all, Dana Brooks should have been gone. I mean, if you're gonna,
All right, this guy's getting carried away here. Omos versus Brock.
Brock will destroy him. Brock will destroy him. But Dana Brooks should have been gone. I really feel that way.
Well, she running around with the 24/7 title. They go ahead and fire and take the belt with her.
Yep,
That damn
take the belt.
24/7
Take
is.
the belt. You can look. You can be the last 24/7 champion, and you can keep the belt. Bye.
I mean, what you call it? I mean, R-Truth, what? 46 time.
47 time world 24/7 championship.
Does
That man a Hall of Famer though.
I mean, he's funny.
Yeah, it's funny to see Dana with it, but
And Tamina chasing her.
they give you that belt. They give you that belt because they don't have faith in you. They give you that belt to shit you up about not having the championship. That's why they give you that 24/7 championship in the first place.
What do you think about Tamina going after the 24/7?
She need to go too. She's have a world championship run. I wouldn't mind seeing her have a serious ladies championship, but on either brand. It's not gonna happen. She needs to go too.
Now, if Natalya decides she wants to leave WWE and goes to AEW, she'll walk right in AEW and win a championship, and Vince McMahon will just look at her like, I should have made her champion.
I think if Natalya does that, I don't know. Vince is petty though. Vince can hold a grudge. If she did that, she might not be in the Hall of Fame for a minute. Because he petty.
He says Carmella needs to go. Yeah, I don't like her little face mask.
Agree with that too. She ain't been any good since she was R-Truth.
But she'll keep her around because she's about to get married to Corey Graves.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's a rumor that Corey Graves wants to get back into the ring. I don't know.
He wasn't good when he was in there the first time.
That's why he became a commentator.
Yup. Wasn't any good the first time. Why he trying again? Bruh. Sit down somewhere. But I just don't understand this stuff WWE. Like it just makes me want to watch AEW. Then AEW got flaws too. So
they all got flaws.
It all got flaws that they need to work on.
Oh, that's right. In 4 days here in Jacksonville, there's a TV taping of NWA.
Really?
Yeah. They're doing a television taping down here.
Do you know the card?
Nah, I got to look at it.
Listen, if Camille's on the card, you got to go.
Let me see. NWA.
Got to go if Camille's on the card. You see the champ down there. You got to go if Camille on the card.
It's here. NWA. Trying to see here.
I'm shocked you haven't seen Tessa Blanchard there.
Yeah. Let's see here. Trying to find it, see if that card, what the card is. See if they got it online. Oh, here it is. It's called NWA Duval Brawl 4.
Okay.
It's a TV taping. They got Trevor Murdoch defends the 10 pounds of gold. The love. This is a charity event show.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's see what they got. Let's see if they got the card here. It's at 6 to 9, $10 to $25 a cost. World's Heavyweight Championship event. Tags. Gangrel is going to be here. National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, 10 pounds of gold heavyweight champion Trevor Murdoch.
I heard that name in a minute.
Yeah, Gangrel is going to be there. Let's see here. Let's see if they put it on their website. Let's see. Here we go. 20 VIP plus is $25. First entry plus front row seating. VIP $15. Second entry, the floor seating. Combo package of $40. Is that a high school gym?
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't.
How the hell you gonna control ticket prices when people sitting in the bleachers?
Well, the ringside.
It'd be ringside, yeah.
You got seats. They put seats on the floor.
Yeah, they won't be bleachers. They all be in the wall. That's right.
You know, the last time I went to a high school gym to watch wrestling was Chief Wahoo McDaniels and Ivan Koloff going up against each other.
Oh, wow.
I haven't been to a high school gym to watch wrestling.
I've been to a wrestling event in National Guard Armory, but I've never went to the high school.
Dude, man, my high school, we had all kinds of wrestlers there. We had Steen. We had Steen before he came Steen.
Mm.
And before Undertaker became the Undertaker, they were tag team partners.
Yeah.
They came to my high school. I saw Dusty Rose in the high school thing.
The American Dream, Dusty Rose. Yeah.
Who else? Magnum TA. Let's see him. He was tagging with his brother Jake.
Shout out to Magnum TA. Should have been world champion.
Yeah, people don't believe that him and Jake Roberts are brothers.
Well, I do.
And then
should have been world champion.
And then Magnum TA's wife, they just switched wives with Tully Blanchard.
Dang.
They live in the same roof.
Wife swap.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a TV show back in the day?
Yeah. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, Tessa Blanchard was in the picture with all the four horsemen.
Saw that.
So, did WWE mess up with Tony Storm? Yes. Anthony Price.
No, Tony Storm came out and said that because Vince McMahon would let her go see her to her brother's wedding, she missed a lot of stuff in her family life, and that's why she left.
I saw that article. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And
But
can't blame her.
But she said didn't feel like she was going to do anything. So that's when they went to she's going to look for an organization that she can be more of a frontier person.
Well,
a face.
They put her in that meaningless feud with Charlotte that was going to go nowhere. So
no, she said that was a disrespect.
Yeah. How the hell you gonna put up against Charlotte? No, good doggone well. Come on now.
But I mean, if you look at what all this wrestling stuff going on, I mean, we don't know where Wyatt said he ain't coming out of retirement anytime soon.
I saw that.
And everybody's trying to chase him down. And I mean, Liv Morgan and Bo Dallas is dating each other, living with each other on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, wrestling back in the day was great. I mean, why can't we get wrestling back from the 80s and put it here now?
Because they're scared. They don't know how to write it. They have no clue how to write it. They have no clue how to book it.
I want more blood matches.
Yeah, they have no clue. They don't have writers who also lived as fans to give that to you again.
If they speaking of Ray, you actually brought this up. If they do the whole Monday Night Wars, they should do more blood matches.
They're gonna have to.
Yep.
They got to go back to the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm. Did they do that in War Games?
That war game that NXT did, it ain't War Games.
No, they ain't war games.
The War Games that I'm used to seeing is when Dusty Rhodes is not getting clobbered, bleeding, hitting the cage.
Yep.
You can't beat Dusty Rhodes you can't beat the War Games that Dusty Rhodes, Sting, Road Warriors.
WWE has just done a lot of matches lately that really aren't the kind of matches that you would really expect to see.
But you have to understand though.
Now, but like it.
But you have to understand
it just doesn't make any sense.
But you have to understand though, you're performing the WWE way, and the WWE way to me is wrong. When you want to bring
back the scuffle match,
yeah, and when you wrestle WWE way, to me is wrong because you take away a lot of good things.
How can it be called a street fight? How can it be called a street fight when you're performing inside a ring instead of on the street?
Right. It's gonna be a street fight. And everybody in the ring, and they never leave.
Yeah.
Never leave the ring, and it's a street fight. Okay. When it was WCW, they left the ring, they were in the bleachers, they were in the concession stand, they went outside, and then they came back and redid everything all over again. I'm telling you, it's not that time.
And then when they go out the second time, a car hit them.
Yep.
I still remember the Dusty Rhodes scene where he got put behind a truck and got dragged through the parking lot.
Oh man, that was so many times, man. You go back and you look at WCW, even the stuff they did just inside the arena, people getting beat up at concession stands. That was awesome. You got Chavo Guerrero coming out with his little stupid horse with Eddie, and he talking about the horse. What you bring that out for? Yeah, that crazy horse out. It's not crazy, yo. It's Chavo. Man, I'm telling you, man. It's not that time.
Bring back parking lot brawl according to Damien.
Hey,
yeah, you ready for this? They should bring back the transfer truck. Put like Dusty Rhodes did against the Four Horsemen while the truck is still moving.
Hell, you need to bring back Shopmaster. That's what you need to do. Bring back Shopmaster and should I hold and him messing up coming through? That'd be funny, man.
How about the I Quit matches like Tully Blanchard and Mcintyre had?
Yep. You don't see any of those anymore either.
All you hear is that Mike getting thumped off Tully Blanchard's head. Boom.
Boom. Telling you, it's not that time, man. Not that time.
WWE, man. Back in the day when they had the attitude thing, that would really set it all apart. And Vince McMahon decided he wanted to go PG. That's what really messed up WWE.
Yeah. He started looking at the kids more so than the adults, but the adults are the ones with the spending power.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who are going to spend the money for the pay-per-view, the ones who's going to buy stuff for their kids, in terms of merchandise. And he decided to go the kiddie route.
I feel like MLB, Major League Baseball, and WWE have the exact opposite problem.
Well, baseball's got a major problem right now.
They do, yes, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that baseball
different.
Do, they should focus baseball more towards the younger generation.
But baseball's different because you're dealing with Rob Manfred. If you get Rob Manfred out there, you might get something done in baseball. You might get something done, but until you do that, man.
Yeah, Chris posted in our chat room. Hate I missed tonight. COVID kicked his butt. Past couple of days, I will be back next week. All right, Chris, man, you need to take care of yourself. Come back next week.
Come back next week. Be ready, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have a table, ladder, and chair match next week.
Bring those back, bro. Last time you seen a good ladder match? Never.
Hey, we need a scaffold match.
Yeah, let Jim Cornette fall off.
We're no net.
When's the last time you seen the ring implode?
You ain't seen that either.
They should have done it a lot. They should have done it the other night with Big E and Brock Lesnar jumping off the top rope. They did. They did a freaking lucha libre.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah,
missed those matches. Brock and Big Show, Brock and Eddie. Wow. That's when Brock was good.
what happened to the storylines where somebody hit somebody with the car and then you take you about 3 weeks to find out who hit them?
Oh yeah. Got that in a minute either. Last time we saw it. Last time we saw it. What, Rock Rikishi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Rikishi and Stone Cold.
Rikishi and Stone Cold. Okay.
Yeah. You know what they should do? To have John Cena roll in there, hit somebody with a car, and then take about 5 weeks and find out it was John Cena. You know.
And that's the way they turn John Cena heel.
Yeah. But interesting. We talking about, not trying to make fun about it, but Vince McMahon. How about if he brought Theory in there to put him out of his miseries?
Ooh.
That's gonna be.
You could do what you did, or you could do what you should have done years ago when Vince was in that explosion in the car. You can have Theory set. You can have Theory set that up, and that up. And this time, you just don't see Vince come back.
Yeah.
No,
brawls and painting matches.
If Braun Strowman was there, have a Braun Strowman 4-way match. Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley go up against Theory.
Punishment match. They should have kept Jeff Hardy on it. They should have kept Jeff Hardy. You could have brought Willow. About the Willow house.
I think Jeff Hardy just did it just to get out of his contract so we can have a freaking 30-day non-compete.
Yeah, I think he did too.
So I mean,
all
the reports coming out of his wife said that he's in good health and nothing wrong with him.
Plus, there was a story that I saw today saying that they were going to ship him down to NXT, and I don't know if he wanted to do that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
How you going to take a world champion? And I never understood why they did that with Finn. You take a world champion down to NXT. I understand
if he was making a guest like AJ Styles did.
Right, a guest appearance, or like Natalya did, a guest appearance. I don't get that.
Who knows? Who knows?
Of that level, go down to NXT. Okay, you think that makes sense? Okay.
I mean, Mandy Rose went back and did pretty good for herself.
Yeah, but Mandy didn't win anything on the main roster though.
No, she could. I mean, they could have. I mean, she could have. I mean,
other than winning Hearts of the Purrs.
I think her and Otis thing was pretty good.
I thought it was good too. I thought they got cut short, just like the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
They kissed my ass.
No.
No, we don't need that. No.
We don't need no dingleberries.
We don't need that. No. No.
Let's see. Yeah. Bras and panty matches. Yeah, we can bring them back.
Heck yeah.
But this time have somebody dressed in grandma panties.
Yeah.
Let's
bring that back for real. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, ain't but a few superstars you want to see. You don't want to see Dewdrop in no painted bra match.
Speak for yourself. Free Dewdrop. Free Dewdrop. I heard they're gonna go back to her original name, which I think is good. But free Dewdrop.
Well, she's about to but she entered the female Royal Rumble.
She might win. That's my
What
pick.
shoot? How many girls you think gonna take it to throw over the top rope?
That's my pick. It's gonna take about 3 or 4.
They might not have strong women to do that.
No, they might not.
How about Edge going back to the brew? The brew Edge.
Yeah, but what Gangrel look like these days?
Oh no, but
That would be cool.
Bell Phoenix sure did come back strong.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And while we talking, Maurice's looking good too.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, what if we do a Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch against Edge and Beth Phoenix?
Nah, no, because they talking about they're not gonna put Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch back together
Okay.
until Vince McMahon leaves. Then they might. But Vince is set on not putting them back together.
Just petty.
Do we know when Vince will leave?
When he dies. I mean, the dude's 76 years old, still walking around like he's trying to be like he's 30, going out there trying to be in the ring, power walk. Remember when he tore all his tricep, whatever.
Remember that
on both legs.
Yep. Remember that.
But the question is,
I'm sorry. I'm thinking the Royal Rumble. I would laugh just like all I'm imagining right now is he's like the number 30th entrance into the Royal Rumble, Vince McMahon.
He'd be the first one out. Number 30, maybe the quickest 30 out ever. Gone.
nah, I don't see him wrestling no more. He ain't in good health either. If you look at the way he talking.
No. I remember that one time last time I saw him in the ring was when Brock gave him that F5. He was done. Had to go get surgery. Done. He got no business wrestling no more.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's like talking about Bell Phoenix should have came out with him and at day one. They were setting it up for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
That was just a straight setup. Let's see here. Is there someone coming back in the Royal Rumble? It's too early. No. Johnny Knoxville is going to join the entrance. He's going to come out as one of the participants. Bayley is doing the female. She's supposed to be coming back for that. I don't know what they're going to do with Alexa Bliss when she comes back. I don't know if she's going to come back as a
Royal Rumble. Do you see The Rock?
No.
No.
Nope. No. Maybe John Cena if you're lucky. Maybe. It all depends on
and that's only because he's done filming that stupid Peacekeeper TV series he got going on right now.
Yep.
He's doing Wipeout too.
You're doing Wipeout too? Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought of this, but what if the only reason Big E lost the title is because of his Royal Rumble entrances with the New Day?
Nah, I don't see that happening. I think what we see after WrestleMania, if they do another draft, that they're gonna put him back with the New Day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time for him to get back. I mean, he's done what he needed to do. The only person that hasn't done what he needed to do is
Xavier Woods.
So, and I think he's just happy being king of one king of the ring. So.
Plus, I never saw Xavier as a heavyweight champion anyway. Maybe a cruiserweight champion, but I've never seen him as a heavyweight champion.
I can see him as an Intercontinental champion.
I see a mid-card champion. Yeah. I just want to see him as a world champion.
Well, it's been a good show, guys. It's been great talking to wrestling with y'all. I am Ray, Nate the Great, William, and Chris will be back next week.
Yep.
Come back and join us on the ASAP Wrestling Hour here on the All Sports All Place. Everyone, have a good night.
Take care, guys. Free Dewdrop.
No,
not the dog.
no free Dewdrop.
Free Dewdrop.
Free Bambi.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a place. We talking the game, get you through the days. Great high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation.